Magandang araw mga kababayan at nandito tayo ngayon muli at makakasama natin ngayon si John, dating isang OFW at ngayon ay isang full-time photographer na. Wedding photographer siya at kasama natin sa wedding industry. So, magandang araw sa iyo John at maraming salamat sa pagpapaunlak.
Magandang araw din sa iyo, sir.
So, gusto ko lang tanong John, obviously, gusto ko lang kwentuhan mo kami simula nung obviously nung pagkabata mo. Childhood mo, kwento mo lang sa amin.
We grew up very poor. I can still remember our house. Yung tipong, yung materials niya, hindi semento, gano'n.
Basic.
Tas yung flooring, mga ano pa. Talagang direkta sa lupa yung makikita mo. Hanggang later on, sa sipag ng parents ko, syempre nakapundar-pundar kasi they're both government employee. My mom works sa Department of Agrarian Reform. And my dad sa DILG or Department of Interior Local Government.
Galing.
So,
Saan lugar to?
sa bale yung sa amin is Digo City. I'm not sure if yung mga
People would
nanonood.
know. People would know.
So it's like an hour away from Davao. So probinsya. So dahil sa sipag nila yun nga. Pero they try to provide us everything na kaya nila, which is true naman for all the parents na you should provide. So I was able to go to a private school.
Nice.
Christian, Roman Catholic school, yes.
Catholic school.
So, yeah.
So, nung pagkabata mo, naisip mo ba na mag-abroad ka? May mga nakapag-abroad ba sa pamilya mo?
Sa family ko, by that time when I was in my high school, iisa lang ang alam ko as based sa ma-remember ko, yung pinsa ko nasa Japan.
Okay.
So, sa isip ko, never ko, kahit nakikita ko siya tuwing uwi niya, ganito siya kagalante. Pero for sure, alam ko, nagsipag din yon. Pero sa isip ko, never talaga nag-cross sa mind ko.
Na mag-abroad ka? So, wala talaga?
Kasi, parang sa akin, mahirap, malaya.
Okay. So, tapos ka na mag-aral, nakapagtapos ka ng kolehiyo?
No, bali no. Hindi ako naka-finish ng school kasi for some reason na probably it might be too oversharing, pero when I went back, when my dad convinced me to go back and do college, I did nursing again. Then I met my wife. Bale, she's my clinical instructor by that time, during that time.
Okay.
So, as alam naman natin na bawal yung ganung relationship sa school or sa college. So, di ako nakatapos.
Hindi mo natapos yung kolehiyo? Okay. So, in terms of trabaho sa Pilipinas, nagkaroon ka na ba ng mga trabaho prior to moving into the Ukraine?
Oh, to be honest, yes, obviously. Photography.
Okay.
Before photography, I did probably 1 year in Jollibee.
So, as a service crew?
Yung naglilinis ng table, boy, yes.
I was one of them.
Yeah.
Diba?
Good experience, laziness in my part. So,
So, nagtrabaho ka as in service crew tapos nag-photography ka sa Pilipinas. So, yung pagpo-photography mo, freelance to?
yes, freelance siya. Ang nag-udlot nun or nag-cause kung bakit ako na-push towards photography is when I met my wife now. She's the one who mentioned she loves to try the hobby of doing photography. But I was...
Nagagaluhan ka niya ng camera? Hindi naman?
Hindi naman. Bago pala ako bumalik nung school at na-meet ko yung wife ko, nag-real estate ako sa Makati for 3 years.
So, when you say real estate, nagbebenta ka ng real estate?
Condo, yes.
Condo?
Yeah. Ano lang yun 3 years pa siguro yun or 2 years.
Okay.
Isang unit lang yung nabenta ko.
Sa 2 years, isang unit?
Oo, ang hirap, sir.
Pero ang tagal na.
Ang tagal, sir. Kasi yung mga kasama ko, bali yung
unit
yung nag-hire sa amin mismo,
So, 2
siya
years.
mismo yung under nung company . So, bali nag-hire siya ng mga mas mga tauhan niya outside.
Okay.
So, parang napasok na din ako doon kasi nga medyo magulo yung kwento ng buhay ko, medyo magulo. Kasi not mean magulo, yung ano lang ba, yung time frame. Kasi I wasn't supposed to be working there. I wasn't supposed to be in Manila.
Yeah.
But I got there because I did Japanese schooling kasi may mga programs dati sa lugar namin na pwede ka mag-abroad sa Japan. Pero alam ko sa sarili ko, I don't wanna do it. So, nung na-select ako, para then sa amin pa yon, pinapunta kami ng Manila para final selection.
Okay.
So, after nun, din ako nagpakita.
So, may screening sa lugar nyo, which is sa Digo City.
Sa amin, yes.
Tapos na-screen ka, na potentially pwede ka mag-Japan. Okay, tapos
Actually,
you end,
I was studying Japanese na by that time.
okay. Tapos you end up na nagbenta ka lang ng kondo sa Manila.
Oo, pero hindi ko masyado sineryoso yung pagbebenta ng kondo din eh. Kasi parang napilitan lang ako just to like survive ba.
So how do you actually survive in 2 years tapos isang unit lang nabenta?
I was with my girlfriend ba that time.
So with level pre
Kasi bata ko pa nun, sir. Wala pa sa isip talaga sa akin yung responsibility ba. I mean, I'm not ashamed to own it. Kasi
of course.
it brought me good riddance today kung
Okay.
bakit.
Yeah, so nagtrabaho ka sa Jollibee, tapos napunta ka ng Manila 2 years, nakabenta ka ng isang unit. Magkano yung unit? Magkano
Hindi ko
yung
na
commission mo
maalala.
doon?
Mga, I don't know, parang mga 100,000 lang.
Commission?
Oo,
2 years.
Never ko nagawa din yun kasi nga, tulong din ng girlfriend ko yung diet dati eh.
Okay, so yung unit mo na nabenta, which is isang unit, sa loob ng 2 taon, kumita ka ng 100,000. Doon sa commission doon sa isang unit na yun. But tapos, after 2 years, ano nangyari?
Umuwi ako sa probinsya namin, na-convince ako ng tatay ko na mag-aral ulit.
So nag-aral ka ulit?
Yes, I'm one of those people na medyo pasaway din dati. So alam ng asawa ko yun, alam ng lahat. So yeah, na-convince ako mag-schooling ulit ng nursing hanggang sa na-meet ko yung wife ko.
Pero hindi mo natapos?
No, kasi nga I have to stop.
Okay.
And then my wife introduced me to photography. That's why I'm doing photography before I went here.
So, bumalik ka sa Digos, tapos si Joe hindi mo pa asawa nun?
Hindi
right?
pa, girlfriend pa.
Girlfriend mo lang. Nung nag-photography ka sa Pilipinas, actually, nag-mentorship ka ba? O nag-workshop ba?
Workshops, mainly just workshops. Free, paid.
Yeah.
So I did get ideas or few knowledge from it. Obviously, you need to start from the basics. So I've learned how to, as usual, exposures and stuff like that. And then I did portraiture workshop as well.
Pero nakapag-charge ka na nun?
By then wala pa kasi it was all about hobby sa akin sir. Curiosity lang din sa photography when I start using it.
So you didn't actually go professionally in Manila? Ay, in the Philippines? I mean.
No.
So yung trabaho mo, yun lang yung naging trabaho mo sa buong...
Yes. Most of the time, tambay.
Yeah, most of the time tambay. Tapos, kaya, paano nag-end up sa UK? Kwento mo sa amin, paano nag-transition na ayaw mo mag-abroad tapos nag-try ka papuntang Japan? Bakit sa UK
Napunta ako sa UK kasi nga sa wife ko, si Jo. She's a nurse.
Okay.
So, she was the one na nauna pumunta dito.
Okay.
So, while she was here, I was doing like photography in my town.
Okay.
And then, kasi minsan, wala ka ng, sa buhay, may tawag sinasabi na pabiro ba, na wala ka ng no choice. so kailangan mo talaga, kasi sino ba naman gustuhin na malalayo ka sa asawa mo? You have to swallow your pride sometimes. But for me, even though if you know you're successful in the Philippines.
Just to clarify, Joe is a nurse, right?
She's
Your
a
wife
nurse.
is a nurse in the UK.
Yeah, she's a nurse in the UK.
Okay, so tapos, nandun ka na, tapos kinuha ka niya na, pinetition ka.
Yes. Pumunta siya dito. She stayed for 2 years. Umuwi, nagpakasal kami. After 3 months, kasi nga maganda yung support ng government dito, nakapunta agad ako dito.
Ano naging trabaho mo una sa UK?
Ang saya ng trabaho ko first. Kasi pagdating ko dito, diniretso ako. Sabi ko kay Mrs., ayaw ko muna mag-work siguro kasi gusto ko
Nasanay ako sa tambay eh.
Pero, oo nga sir, parang ganun ba? Nasanay ako magitambay ba? So gusto ko muna magtambay. Yun nga, sa katagalan, nandun ako sa flat lang. For siguro mga 3 weeks na, syempre, naburyong ako. Yun sabi ko na, may kakilala ka pa na parang gusto ko na lumabas sa bahay. Kasi nga, English no. Hindi tayo masyado confident mag-English ba? So,
After 3 weeks, nagkatrabaho ka sa UK?
yung first job ko is cleaning. Office cleaning yun, sir. I was paid peanuts, probably 7 pounds.
That's fine.
5 pounds per hour.
Yeah.
So, yun.
So, gaano katagal tumagal to?
Let's say 2 years or a year. Then after that, through my wife's connection too, may ni-recommend sa akin na mag-apply ka dito kasi as a bartender naman sa isang club sa Vauxhall. So doon, yung na-part na yun yung parang pinakamasaya na buhay ko sa UK. Joke lang.
Nasa Pilipinas ka, wala kang pangarap mag-abroad.
Oo, wala.
Ang sarap ng buhay mo kasi tambay ka.
Tambay.
Kumakain ka naman.
Oo. Minsan hindi.
So, nandito ka na, tapos ngayon nagtrabaho ka as a cleaner, di ba? Kumikita ka ng 7 pounds per hour.
Yeah.
Mayroon bang regret sa'yo na bakit ganito ako?
Yung ganong feeling. Para sa akin, by then, this is parang decidido na talaga ako na pumunta UK. Hindi naman ako masyado ma-pride na tao. I mean, ma-pride tayo in some other ways. Pero when it comes to like earning, anything you can earn is really good for you. It's up to how you manage it. like the pera and stuff like that. So 7 pounds sa akin, sabi ko okay lang.
Yeah.
Kasi alam ko maraming opportunities sa UK.
At saka makakasurvive, di ba?
Yes,
Survival
makakasurvive
mode,
ka.
di ba? Nung nagtatrabaho ka, na kumikita ka ng 7 pounds per hour, may mga times ba na dumating sa'yo, uwi na lang ako? Kasi mayroon bang ganun? Or mas priority mo na, hindi. Kasi 7 pounds ngayon, tsatsagain ko to. Pero siguro yung mga next 3, 4, 5 months, I'm gonna be doing something else. So ano yung nagmo-motivate sa'yo para mag-stick na magtuloy-tuloy lang yung laban? Ano sa tingin mo yung naging pinanghawakan mo?
Yung drive ko is in life you only have one chance. So so kung hindi man today yung chance mo, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's always like a maybe sa isip ko na maybe next time I will get better, I will earn more money, I'll be successful.
Yeah.
So during those time na I'm processing myself as well as a person, by then during those times I'm learning stuff as well as I go through.
Yeah.
So hindi talaga sa akin kawalan kung bakit ito lang yung meron ako.
Tama. So, dun sa photography, kasi nga nandoon na yung nasa puso mo na yun, pag-photography, pero at the end of the day, obviously, wala ka pang portfolio. Siguro yun yung isang reason kaya hindi mo mabenta yung services mo, tama?
One reason hindi ko siya magawa straight away sa UK kasi binenta ko lahat ng gears ko sa Pinas.
Okay, so nawalan ka ng gamit.
Yes. So yung 7 pounds, parang from there, medyo nag-ipon-ipon. Pero hindi masyado mabilis eh. Medyo long yung process na naka-possess ako ng gears para mag-photography.
Okay. So, dun, habang tinatrabaho, nag-ilang taon to? Ilang taon tong ginagawa mong pagiging cleaning? Taon ba to?
So 2 years yung cleaning. Yung sa club na bartender, 3 years.
Okay.
So from yun sa bartender na trabaho na yun, doon ako kumikita ng marami.
Nang maganda.
Kasi aside sa per hour sa akin,
May mga tips.
tips ako na nanalo.
Doon sa pagiging cleaning, ano yung pinakamahirap na talaga namang, umabot ka ba sa point na, oy, teka muna, ayoko na nitong gawin?
So siguro may mga times na yung pag naglilinis ka ng kubeta.
Yeah, parang
Yun, parang
mabigat
sabi
sa
ko-
loob mo yun eh.
Sabi ko, sa Pinas, kubeta lang namin nililinis ng
Tsaka tambay lang ako eh, di ba?
Kubeta lang yung-
Kaya nga, di ba? So parang ganon. So ginawa mo yon just for the sake of survival, di ba? Para kay Joe, obviously, may asawa ka na.
Yes.
So, nung nandun ka na, nalipat ka na sa nalipat ka na sa bar, di ba?
Yes.
So, ano yung journey? Paano yung naging trabaho mo? Kumusta naman yung bar?
Bar experiences ko, sa bar ka talaga matututo kung paano ka how you treat people. Kumbaga, paano mo kontrolin yung sarili mo din if you get to have like a very rude client or customer.
Yeah.
Kasi nga, bar, di ba? Most of the time, lasing yung mga nandun.
So, dun sa pagtatrabaho mo sa experience mo, ano yung mga masasabi mo na malaking bagay din na natulong sa'yo para ma-mold ka dito ng, obviously, kultura, magkakaiba. Tapos pag nasa bar ka, ang daming, multicultural yan.
Yes, multicultural.
Kasi ang dami pumapasok ng mga iba-ibang lahi. At the same time, nakaranas ka ba ng diskriminasyon sa'yo?
I think, marami, sir. Marami. Pero,
Ano yung sa tingin mo naalala mo na isang pinakamabigat na diskriminasyon na
bale, hindi naman talaga discrimination. Kumbaga, iba kasi dito, nagiging racist sila or they-discriminate you in a, parang patago ba? Kaya nga ako, medyo nagigets ko yung mga hints na ganun, pero hindi ko pinapansin, sir. Kasi alam ko at the end of the day, you don't matter to me.
Correct. Which is good, di ba?
Iba buhay mo, iba buhay ko.
Tama. So as long as wala lang sakit ang physical, di ba? At the same time. Okay, so yung mga napulot mo na aral doon sa pagtatrabaho sa bar, kung medyo naramdaman mo yon na feeling mo nagkaroon ng diskriminasyon, ano yung sa tingin mo yung isang bagay na tuloy lang, di ba? Tuloy lang laban. Ano yung nagmo-motivate sa'yo?
One is, every time pag, let's say, ako, nadadown tayo, hindi naman nawawala sa atin yan, nade-depress, kumbaga ba. So, I have a very good support. So, yung wife ko, yung mama ko, yung papa ko, yung ate ko, sila, I always, may communication kasi kami. So, when I feel down, sinasabi ko sa kanila and then they would just push me. Pero personally, sa isip ko, buhay ko is isa lang. I might just enjoy my life and live through it in a good way.
Pero wala sa yung obligasyon ng isang OFW kasi minsan, 'di ba? Usually pagka yung anak napunta sa ibang bansa, breadwinner ka eh.
Yeah.
So wala sa yung balikat, nakasalalay yung isang kailangan inaasahan ng parents mo o ng pamilya mo na magpapadala si John buwan-buwan.
In my case, iba kasi sir kasi my mom and dad are both established.
Kaya?
We're not that rich. Sakto lang. So they never put pressure on me to send money, not unless they would mention me, but very small amounts, sir. Very small amounts.
Which is good, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi para sa'yo, okay lang kasi nandito yung asawa mo, di ba? Tapos wala namang umaasa sa'yo. So anytime na pwedeng labanan, parang sa akin lang, gusto ko lang makita kung saan yung hugot nung bakit ginagawa mo yung trabaho mo. Kasi yung iba, I'll do this for my family, right?
Yes.
Karamihan.
We all do.
Na
We all
OFW. Yeah. But in your case, hindi masyado kasi hindi mo obligasyon eh.
Pero siguro in my own family, like me and Joe,
Yeah.
sa amin, I need to do this for us.
Okay. So ngayon, nandoon ka na sa bar, ano yung unang steps na ginawa mo?
May nakita akong parang ano lang ba, passing lang na video, sir, ba, na about management. So nakikita ko doon na yung normal na people, yung ayaw, kumbaga they just wanna live life na straight lang ganito. They don't have very high goals. Yung iba, pag may income, diretso expense.
Yeah.
So doon ko na-apply doon sa nag-bar ako. So may income ka, dapat you should put it into assets na kaalam mo na pwede babalik sa'yo as income.
Okay.
Bago mo expense ulit.
Tama. So
Nag-save ako.
Nag-save ka just to the purpose of buying cameras?
Yes, kasi gusto ko talaga din mag-photography ulit.
Okay.
Kasi I know sa photography, malaki yung future.
So kumbaga parang sinasabi mo lang sa sarili mo kasi wala ka namang obligasyon sa parents mo, kumikita naman si Joe, at the same time libre naman yung wala ka namang rents.
I mean meron akong small lang na obligasyon sa contributions lang kumbaga.
Yeah. Pero hindi mandatory ka.
Hindi mandatory.
Yeah. So which is good. So ngayon, yung photography interest mo, 'di ba? Kasi yun yung gusto mong gawin nasa Pilipinas ka pa lang dahil sa influence ni Joe, correct? Ng misis mo. Tapos ngayon, paano mo pinursue o paano nangyari ngayon? Kasi 3 years ka sa bar ka mo tapos ngayon full-time na as a photographer, correct? Gusto ko lang malaman yung transition nung being obviously bartender tapos ngayon
Tapos nakapag-photography.
nakapag-photography. Did you take any courses o workshop para mas ma-enhance yung skills mo?
Bale, sa marketing na side, wala masyado, sir. I paid small amount of money for subscription for something na parang workshop na rin in a way, in a sense. Pero online. Self-taught ako, sir. Self-taught. And I'm not ashamed to say it.
Well, that's fine.
Kasi yung iba kasi medyo judgy sila sa...
Kung ngayon, the fact na nagagawa mo na at full-time ka na, you should be proud of whatever. I mean, obviously, ako naman nag-workshop. Ako kasi, I invested so much money in time and energy to learn from other people na ginagawa, na nilulook up ko.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so yun yung sa akin.
Yes, sir.
In terms of business, kasi sa business, kano sa tingin mo ikaw? Ngayon, whether you like it not, photography is as an art, right? But in the other side of it, just to live as a photographer, kailangan mong ibenta yan yung services.
Yes.
Diba?
Definitely, yes.
So whether you like it or not, that's a business now you're doing.
Yes, it's a business now.
So in terms of business na ginagawa mo ngayon, gusto ko lang makita yung gaano ba ka-importante sa'yo being a photographer na dapat magaling ka rin magbenta ng services mo.
Ang laki, sir, dapat, sir.
Diba?
Kasi it doesn't end na natuto ka lang mag-photo eh.
Yeah.
It doesn't end na you know how to cover a full day of wedding. It doesn't end kung gaano ka kagaling mag-picture. Kasi useless lahat yan, sir, kung hindi ka marunong mag-market o mag-push ng mga products mo. Mahirap. So marketing is big talaga.
Yeah. So how do you actually sell your services ngayon? Paano ginagawa mo para, I mean, obviously, do you do ads ba?
Yeah, I do ads. Pero ito number one talaga. When you get into a business, number one is you should register yourself. So dapat nagbabayad ka ng tax talaga.
Okay.
And number two is you need to have a website. Kasi it doesn't mean na just to make you look legit.
Yeah.
Anyone can be successful without a proper website.
Yeah.
Pero it adds to your value. And number three is you have to have a lot of connections talaga.
Kailan ka nag-decide na magpo-full-time ka na?
I have a goal kasi, sir. Let's say, this year, kung ma-reach ko yung target ko for number of weddings, then next year, I'm gonna do full-time.
Okay.
So, before COVID, I was planning to go full-time and then COVID happened. Actually, I've got 30 bookings for 35 na by that. And then, nag-cancel lahat. Buti na lang talaga na marunong tayo mag-budget. So, yung mga down payments ko lang is napakaliit lang na value.
Yeah.
Buti na lang. So, kaya ko naman ma-refund yung iba or i-risked na lang for the next year.
Yes.
So, doon, nag-full-time, di pa talaga ako nag-push. Ginawa ko lang yung weddings na yon na dapat sana before COVID. Dapat sana sa COVID nangyari. So, the next year ko ginawa lahat ng weddings na yon. medyo okay pa rin naman. So sabi ko, I think I can do full-time na kasi I have all the gears na.
Yeah.
So I went full-time.
So that was before the pandemic?
Yeah, it was before, after the pandemic na ako
Kasi
full-time.
nakita mo yung kalendaryo mo, may 30 weddings ka
Oo, tapos meron ding mga connections natin tulad sa'yo, sir, tulad kay Josh na nag-hire sa akin as a second shooter, which would be, I think, enough na to cover my whole month expenses sometimes. Ganun ba?
Yeah. So which is then you can earn more than what you're earning at the bar?
Oo,
Tama.
definitely. Kasi
Diba?
nga, paano ba naman? Yung mga tao ba naman, aalis ng trabaho, di ba? Pag once may makitang mas greener na pasture.
Okay. Balikan natin yung sweldo doon sa 7 pounds cleaning job.
Oo. 3 hours lang ako dun, sir, per day. So, maliit
So
lang.
doon sa bar, magkano na per hour doon?
So, per hour ko dun sa bar is 10 pounds. Tapos, yung tips talaga dun ako nananalo.
Okay, so magkano yung a week doon? Kasama yung tip?
So, yung tips, let's say, in one day, pinakamalaki, makakuha ko ng mga 100, 150. Pero 3 days lang ako nag-shift kasi mostly weekends yung clubs, di ba?
In other words, mas malaki pa yung tips mo kasi sa
Oo,
salary.
parang ganun, sir. So, yung tips ko minsan yun yung
So
parang sinisave ko.
kung 3 days ka nagtatrabaho a week, which is then, ilang oras yun?
Depende sa
Long
shift.
hours ba yun?
Long hours yun, sir. Minsan nga, nauuwi ako,
So
bus.
kung
2
nag-12 ka, 12 hours ka sa bar,
Oo.
tapos 3 days lang,
So,
36
120
hours.
yun.
36 hours
Oo,
a week.
36.
Okay, so parang 300, tapos plus 300 tips. Parang nasa 600 a week ka rin. Which is not bad, di ba? So which is a wedding, pag nakakuha ka ng isang wedding, how much do they charge for wedding nung una nag-charge ka?
Anong una? Dito? 450 ba?
450, which is isang wedding lang yun, which is, di ba? It's better than 3 days na 360.
A lot better, sir.
Oh yeah, diba? So, at tapos gusto mo pa yung ginagawa mo. Obviously, add on.
Passion mo yun eh.
Ano sa tingin mo yung isang bagay na masasabi mo na tama yung naging decision mo na mag full-time photographer? Kung mayroon man.
It's more of, I can be my own boss.
Yeah.
So, and then, if you given a chance, why would you work for other people, for them itself, to get even more richer than you? So, mas maganda na ikaw, you're working for yourself, you try to push yourself to reach this certain goal para umasenso sa buhay.
Yeah.
It's not about me if I say like that na selfish ako. Pero sometimes in life you need to prioritize yourself as well. So I have my own way to be my own boss.
Yeah.
And which would cover my whole expenses, whatever goal I want. So ginawa ko na lang photography.
May mga client ka na ba na-disappoint or sobrang negative or sobrang natutuwa?
So far naman wala
Okay.
pa. Pero I'm gonna be honest, kasi nga medyo busy tayo. Meron tayong mga projects talaga na medyo madedelay. But we find ways para
Deliver.
ma-deliver yon and make the client happy as well. At the same time, hindi ka makareceive ng negative reviews.
Do you have contracts ba?
Yes, I do. Contracts.
Gano'ng ka-importante sa yung kontrata?
Ang laki ng ang laki kaya ng importansya yun, sir. Kasi dati wala akong contracts dati sa Pinas. I've had experience na may mga kliyente talaga na, "Uy, kuya, bakit walang ganun ba?"
Yeah.
So mabuti na yung meron kang contract, alam nila nakalagay lahat doon kung ano lang yung coverage mo. Kasi
Tapos yung deliverable, importante yan.
yung deliverables o ganito. Pero let's say if you mention like final date kung kailangan ma-deliver lahat ng deliverables, dapat you make sure na kaya mo ma-cover yon. If hindi mo man ma-cover yon, sabi nga nila, there's always a solution to everything. So before pa maghanap ng kliyente sa'yo ng pictures mo, sabihan mo na in advance and find a way to make up for it.
Okay.
Para hindi ka alam mo na, masiraan or mahirap. You have to make everyone happy, yourself as well. Contracts are there to keep you safe too.
Pinakamalaking wedding na nagawa mo sa tingin mo ngayon, so far?
Recently yata, pero it's more of a very intimate. Pero package-wise, sabi ko, it's worth it. Yung wedding ko na kasi ngayon is 1,250 for 8 hours. So yung video ko rin 1,250. So 2,500, not bad for me, sir.
2.5?
Yes, sir.
Which is...
Photo and video yun, sir.
Okay, so costing-wise, more than probably two photographers? 2 videographers?
Ako lang photo, two videographers.
Which is 1,000 plus. So who edit your videos?
Ako mismo nag-edit.
Ikaw na nag-edit?
Kasi sa ngayon pa, kaya ko pa naman habulin lahat.
Okay.
Kung mag-outsource man, maraming
That's
nag-o-offer.
okay.
actually.
Kasi I was just calculating about the freelancers and then obviously you write for yourself parang 1,500 maybe. So it's 1,000 you edited it. Roughly 800
Yes, sir.
profits. More or less between there, di ba? Parang,
Yes.
which is isang wedding.
Isang
Correct?
wedding yun.
But it's so much better than 600 a week, 3 times a day.
Tapos you have to stand for longer. Yeah. Parang
Okay.
mas pagod ako sa client.
Good. So ngayon, ano yung plano ni John? I mean, obviously, where do you see your photography business in the next 5 years' time?
Oh, number one talaga sa target ko, sir, mag-save, makapag-save ng money. Kasi gusto ko talaga yung idea na you need to have like a very good strategy when it comes to business. Kasi tayo, self-taught tayo lahat, sir. Iba na kasi yung may idol ka. Let's say sa'yo, magbabayad ako ito certain amount para mag-mentorship. Yung mga ganun talaga.
Okay.
Very, very important yun kung gusto mo talaga mag-succeed. Kasi in your career, there's always we call peak and then you plateau. And then by then, pag nag-plateau ka na, doon ka na mahirapan.
Yeah.
You're trying to ask yourself kung am I doing it right?
So, ganun ka-importante yung
Ang laki,
investment
gusto
to
ko talaga.
mentorship,
Yes, sir.
diba? But then, is it gonna help you to avoid obviously, parang ano yan sa akin yung mentorship, yung mga bagay na pwede mo namang matutunan, parang, kasi sa business, may mga ganyan But then, why don't you avoid, if you can avoid it, those times and energy and money, you invested that money to learn and
Yes.
of having a mentorship,
Yes.
para mas makapunta ka dun sa gusto mong puntahan ng mas mabilis nang hindi mo dadaanan yung trial and error.
There's no shortcut para
Diba?
sa akin, sir.
Diba?
Kasi mahirap.
Iyon yung gusto mo gawin. So, mag-iipon ka, just eventually, hopefully, you can find
I can find someone na
to mentor you.
mag-mentor, yes.
Ikaw mismo naniniwala ka sa mentorship.
Yes, sir. Malaki tatulong talaga yun.
Anong mabibigay mong advice?
Yung advice ko lang is you need to be consistent sa trabaho mo. I've learned that few times na you should be consistent. Kasi if you're not consistent with whatever thing you're doing, photography-wise or whatever business you are, mawawala yung momentum mo.
Okay.
So, kailangan mo yung consistency. And then, you should take pride of your work.
Okay.
Never let other people, let's say when you hear something negative, you should absorb it. No, you should absorb the negative comments. It's usually some of them are probably criticism, which would help you in the future too.
Yeah. Just listen to
So,
those
yes.
kind of feedback.
Yeah.
Diba? At the end of the day, if there's something you can improve, just basically take that.
Yeah. It's
Ego.
every day is everything, whatever. Even though you think the let's say if you have a conversation with someone and you think it's not really a formal conversation or a serious one, there's always knowledge and learnings from it. So
Absolutely.
so it's a lot better to have loads of people surrounding you, like Sir Vic, si Jos, na within the same market or business. Kasi they're there. If you think you should be competitive, yes, you should be competitive through your work. When you say your creativity, and how you approach your job, and what experience you give to your client.
Yeah.
Those people, like you guys, you're there to help as well. Alam ko yun Kasi mas nauna kayo sa amin, so hindi kayo threatened sa amin.
This is a very significant point of Kasi masyado lang akong naano dun sa mga ginagawa na to 3-4 years, tapos they still kind of diving for the prize.
It's a big issue for us.
For me, I think, obviously, bato-bato sa langit, para sa akin. I'm not gonna name drop anything. But for me, just to help, sa akin, para sa mga creative lang na nanonood, di ba? Guys, obviously, if you're doing this for a long time, di ba? This is what we do for living. But then obviously, winning the clients just to dive the price inappropriately is not the right thing to do. That's wrong move.
True.
For me, it's rather focus on the craft. How much do you thinking you could charge, but then charge accordingly.
Yeah, you should know your value.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Obviously, we all know that. Obviously, if you're gonna charge certain amount, it's not gonna be a life. How are you gonna make this to survive?
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
So, obviously, you could maybe bookings a lot because you're charging so low.
So low, yes.
And then it's so cheap. But then obviously, it's fine if you're just starting, if you're just building the portfolio. But if you got the portfolio there already, and if you think that just know your value already. Obviously, there's no point just keep.
It's probably they're more on the wrong market.
Just for the record, di ba? If you are the photographer, and I heard this a lot, not once, not things, right? May makakasalubong ka dyan. How long you doing this for? I'm doing this for 50 years. Or 20 years, 30 years. Okay. Wow, it's excellent. That's amazing. How much do you charge? 1,500. What? So when you started, did you charging 1,500 20 years ago? Or maybe you're charging 1,000. You're charging 1,500 now. In other words, to me, to those people, which is doing this for 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, and is charging 15,000. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but bakit hanggang doon na lang yung presyo nila?
Kasi nga, they wanna be safe probably, I don't know.
No. For me, the simple conclusion for that, if you're doing this for 20 years, kasi ako, ginagawa ko to,
medyo matagal na.
No. I can increase the price based on my
Yeah.
product,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
What I'm saying is, yung mga taong na nag-charge ng 1,500 20 years ago, kung nag-charge sila ng 1,000 15 years ago, tapos ngayon 1,500 o wala pa sila sa 2,000 ngayon, isang bagay lang yun eh. It's either hindi nag-improve yung craft mo, kaya hindi mo siya maibenta ng mas mahal, or may safety net ka lang na nasa isip mo, na pag bininta mo ng mahal, walang magbubuk sa'yo. Pero the fact na kung sa tingin mo, significant yung transition mo ng 15 years, na kung yung product mo nandito dati, ngayon nandito ka na, tapos binibenta mo yung price na nandito pa rin, that's wrong, in my opinion.
Parang sa akin din, sir, mali.
Diba?
Yes.
So, anyway, sa'yo, ikaw, anong paniniwala mo in terms of pricing? How do you actually price your services?
I price my services according to what I think is right for me. Bali, hindi lang doon din nag-stop yung how you price yourself. You should always check the other photographers as well. Know, let's say, in a certain town or city, you should know what is the common prices of charges.
Yeah.
It's not really a good idea to, like, let's say, if you know there's a client and you want to dive the price because you want to get the client.
Yeah.
It's bad for all of us.
Para sa akin, it won't help at
No.
all, di ba? Sa industry.
Yes.
If you're charging so low and very...
Yes.
If is it your mindset that
Yeah.
the only thing is to win the client is
Yes.
I'm just gonna dive the price inappropriately, di ba?
Yes.
Parang, I'm just gonna put this so low so
Yeah.
I can win it.
Maybe for whoever this guy is who's doing that, maybe for him it's saving him, but he's too selfish if he keeps doing that.
Yeah. It's not
Kasi
good
nga,
for it.
hindi
It
lang
doesn't
siya
help.
apektado dyan.
Lahat
Kasi
eh.
in the future, apektado lahat eh.
Kasi if you get the same price, for example, I'm doing the same price as
Yeah.
you guys doing,
Yeah.
right? Pare-pares tayo ng price.
Yeah.
Let's say may fraction tayo ng 200, 300 pounds. But then obviously, can you imagine how much this client would learn about, John is 1,000, or Vic is 1,200. So you got 200 difference. Why is Vic's 200 difference, right? So if it's a 200 difference, now we're looking about, we're not fighting for the things. The client has an options, but not very much fractions of price. Pero sa tingin mo, sino yung mananalo, di ba? Parang yun eh. Pero it doesn't mean, in order for you to win that client,
Bababa ka din
yung
doon.
magbababa ka pa ng mas mababa pa sa 1,000. This is what I'm saying.
Let your work do the booking. I mean, kung gaano kaganda yung mga pictures mo, dapat yun yung number one na makakapagkabig ng kliyente sa'yo.
But
It's not
mag-reflect
really
yung
about
dapat
the
sa price mo.
Dapat mag-reflect din yun, obviously.
Tama.
Pero ang pinakamali kasi, pag iniisip kasi nung iba na pag ganito yung presyo ko, ma-attract yung kliyente sa akin.
Exactly.
Kasi ang totoo dyan talaga, kung ano yung portfolio mo, yun yung pinaka-importante talaga na makakapag-attract ng kliyente.
Exactly. For me, portfolio is there. Product, which is our product, is obviously what's on the website. But then the experience on the day is something else. Diba?
Yeah,
Na parang,
iba.
how do you actually capture that thing?
Yes.
You know, so the experience of the couple on the day, that's significant,
Tama.
important. And how are you going to capture and give that experience to the couple? Because
Tama.
for me, I mean, that's fucking great photos. But how long it will take for you to do that photos? Maraming maganon eh. Ang galing ng photographer nila. But then, it takes fucking forever to do that shot, to just nail that shot in
Yeah.
this kind of really posy shot. But for weddings, it's a live event. I would rather just caption the real emotion, in my opinion, in video perspective.
Yeah.
Nailed it, the shot, you know, and then get that from there, right? And then give that experience. I'm not just kind of getting directions for the couple. I mean, the thing is that, obviously marami nang mas gustong-gusto yung nagdidirect eh. Diba? Lalo sa Pilipinas.
Yes.
Sa Pilipinas, ang gagaling mag-direct eh.
The
Ng
wedding,
ng mga
the wedding in the
creatives eh.
Philippines is different than the weddings here, to be honest.
Diba? Pero sa akin, mas gusto ko yung yung na-captured mo, yung totoong moments,
yung
real
hindi fake.
moments. Yeah, exactly.
Real moments talaga.
Yes. So, sa akin, mas importante yun. Sa'yo, anong importante sa'yo?
More of real moments ako, sir. Hindi naman sa tipong candid shots ng lahat, no?
Yeah.
Kasi that's why the couple hired us kasi nakikita nila yung mga
May post din naman. May post
Dapat may 80% probably more candid kasi mas mahaba yung ceremony, may reception, candid lahat yun.
Yeah.
But when you have your own time with the
With
bride
the
and
session,
groom,
you call it couple session.
yeah, couple session, that's the time you have to post them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
And
So
the good
that's your approach, yeah?
Yes, sir. And the good thing about this photography or videography, we can always change our process even during the day, because you can always demand to clients, like, let's say, I wanna have this much hours for you guys,
Yeah.
so that because this is how because this is like I mean, mainly if I want 2 hours, let's say, it's an exaggeration, 2 hours to have a very good portraits for you guys. By saying that to your clients, it's like you're letting them experience how you shoot,
Correct.
how you do your job,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is really good kasi maganda yon sa mata din ng mga kliyente na ganito pala talaga siya magtrabaho. He's worth it.
Galing.
He's worth it.
In terms of challenges na pinakamahirap na nalagpasan mo na at napagdaanan mo na sa photography business, meron na ba? May dumating na ba na point na talagang masasabi mo na mahirap? Meron na?
Iba yung naisip ko, sir, ba?
I mean, pwedeng difficult clients na talagang, di ba?
So far, wala pa namang difficult clients. They're all happy. Nakikita naman sa reviews
Yes.
ng natin. Yung mga tipong on the day lang na medyo hindi naman bridezilla siguro. Medyo demanding lang to get this view shot.
Normal yan eh. Pero yung
yun lang
mabigat
yung
yung tipong, yung china-challenge ka na, pwede ka nang isusuna kita kasi hindi mo pwede
wala pa. Wag naman sana mangyari. That's why we have contracts. And then we have to pay our insurances para may
safe.
mag-cover kung sakali man, wag naman sana touch
Yeah.
wood.
Challenging, wala kang masyadong nararanasan pa, which is on the early stage.
Yung challenges lang talaga, maghanap ng kliyente, which is,
Yeah. Okay.
normal naman siguro. I'm not too sure about this year, pero I think, medyo, ewan ko, kakasimula pa lang siguro, or I don't know. Medyo
I think in my opinion, this year,
matumal konti.
yeah. Well, lahat yun, sa wedding industry. I mean, obviously, you guys, or whoever watching this video, I mean, obviously, for creatives, this year is, I mean, a high-end, low-end, mid-range market. I heard it a lot this year is something like, it's a bit quieter this year than comparison last year. For some people, not for everyone. Some people is really busy, but some people is really down. It's part of the, para sa akin, kasama yan eh. Sa roller coaster din yan talaga eh.
Sama talaga yan.
Mainly, kung majority of the people o in the wedding industry itself, maybe less wedding, kasi may narinig din ako sa podcast na parang sinasabi nila, the reason is quieter on the 25 kasi kukunti yung naging engaged during the pandemic of that 3 years. So, kukunti yung chance na mag-meet yung mga bago na mag-boyfriend-girlfriend para mag-propose sila ng 2022, 23
Tama.
para magpakasal sa 2025. So, maybe 2026, it will be better year than 2025. At least sa UK. Diba? But maybe in France, it's the same because I know some people who own the venue, calendar-wise, apparently this is the worst year for them. So that's not even a low market. That's I mean, that's part of the deal. Ano pa ba yung mabibigay mo na word of wisdom, ika nga, sa mga kababayan natin na gusto rin pumasok sa pagiging creative, so photographer?
Connections, very important. Nag-start ako ng photo, na-meet ko si Josh. Kasi dahil sa kanya, marami din ako natutunan dahil sa kanya. Then na-meet ko rin kayo, sir. So, importante talaga yung connections.
Okay.
Even though if you think na, I need to connect with this guy for referrals. Yes, it might. Pero, I mean, in general, I'm a friendly person. So, the more you know, the more people you know, there's a bigger chance that someone would mention your name. Oh, you're looking for a photographer. So they would
So
probably
connections
recommend
for you is connections. So that's so improve your connections and network.
Number 2 is obviously you need to market yourself. So you need to pay. Obviously, there's always a budget in a company. Let's say Nike, they have a big budget for advertising.
Okay.
That's why they're so successful.
Kasi sinasabi nila, if you're doing the business but you have no marketing budget allocated, it's not a business.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
In terms of percentage of ads, how much percentage ka naniniwala na dapat mag-allocate ka ng, for example, ito if you want 1,000 revenue,
What 1,000 revenue in 1 month?
well,
or in what?
no, it could be a month, it could be a year.
Okay.
Kung nyari, gusto mong kumuha ng, let's say, 10,000 revenue. Kung gusto mo ng 10,000 na revenue, it could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be a year. Let's say a year. Para hindi mas mahirap. Kasi naman is imposible makuha yun eh.
Mahirap.
So bigyan natin ng 1 taon. Sa 1 taon, gusto mong kumita ng, let's say, whatever the number is. 50,000 man yung gusto mo yan o 100,000. Assuming 100,000 para for the sake of mathematics, hindi masyado mahirap. Ilan dapat percentage yung invest mo sa marketing allocated budget in order for you to get the 10,000 at least?
Realistically, sir, siguro mga 20%.
Max.
20, kung let's say, kasi there's all other aspects in your life eh. So let's say, for business part, kung ganito na yung, kung ano, let's say marami ka ng Pero dyan, alam mo naman, kailangan mo gamitin. Joke lang. pero eto, kung pwede mo gawin, mag-market ka na mag-market ka.
Yeah.
Kasi you don't know, you might hit someone. Like,
Yeah.
this could be your rabbit's foot.
Okay.
It's your entrance to certain market.
Yeah.
Maybe, so mag-market ka.
So, I mean, like I said, so you do you agree that
Yeah,
maximum 20%?
20%, kung kaya, 50% mo. Kung
Ano, sa akin yung 50 is too much. Personally, ang paniniwala ko sa marketing budget is maximum 20.
Yeah.
Maximum 20%.
Yes.
Between 10 to 20% is
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
number. In terms of, let's say you want 100,000 a year, yan yung
20,
target mo.
20,000
You allocated 20,000 max. Or if you invest 10,000 and you get the 100,000, that's 10%, right? So, it doesn't really matter. It could be Instagram ads, Facebook ads, networking events,
Yes.
or wedding fair events.
Yes.
But you have to allocate that budget in order for you to get that number.
Yes.
So, yung mga taong successful na nandiyan na sila, why they still doing in the business? Kasi nga, sila, pag nandun ka na at na-establish ka na, feeling ko, you don't need to invest money. Pag nandun ka na sa certain point, you got so many connections
Yeah.
from the venue, from the other vendors
Yeah.
na nagbibigay na sa'yo ng kliyente o referrals, yung previous couple, marirefer ka na din sa mga kakilala nila. Then therefore, you don't need to invest money anymore.
Yeah.
Like when you're starting the business.
Yes.
But for me, kahit na nga actually may ganun, sa akin tuloy-tuloy lang kasi
Tuloy-tuloy
ako
lang
eh.
kasi let's say at the end of the day, yung perang ginamit mo is ano naman yun?
Diretso lang dapat eh,
tax
diba?
deductible naman yun.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Saan mahahanap si Jan? Gusto ko imbitahan mo yung mga manonood natin. Kung may mga Pilipino, may mga nurse, makakanood, photographer.
Sa mga dyan, ikakasal, you can find me sa Facebook, Instagram. I have my website as well. Just search my name, John Mark Padillo. And then add nyo lang photography. Or kahit type nyo lang John Mark Padillo, tsaka tingnan nyo itong mukhang ko.
Okay, so that's good. I mean, obviously, maraming salamat ulit, John,
Thank you, sir.
sa
Thank you.
oras na binagkalob mo sa amin. At sana yung mga creative at saka yung mga nanonood, na si John, dating isang OFW na nagtrabaho cleaning job, pero mas pinili niya na maging isang sundan yung passion niya pagiging photographer at hindi umasa na forever siya magtatrabaho dito sa ibang bansa. Ngayon, nagsimula na siya magtrabaho para sa sarili niya, which is nakaka-proud at nakakatuwa. At sana, nakapulutan natin ng aral at na-inspire kayo na kung kayo din gusto mag-start ng photographer, marami dyan. Marami tayong mga, o kung hindi man photography o any hobbies o any passionate na gusto niyo gawin, hindi natatapos doon. So, take action lang just to move forward and hopefully you will get the dreams that you're dreaming for in terms of
may
doing
add
the
lang ako,
passion.
sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me deciding to go full-time with my age, I'm now 40, but I did like 39 years old. I started full-time. Para masasabi ko lang sa lahat na gusto, it's never too late. And I'm not threatened about it as well. Hindi ako kasi at the end of the day, your success is mainly based on how you look at it. Siguro yung iba mayayaman, wow. Kasi ako, sir, I've probably siguro maturity. Ano sa akin. Ang success is reaching your goal na in a sense na, yung iba kasi iba-iba yung goals natin.
Yeah.
So, kung gusto niyo man mag-photography, you can always do it. As long as hindi kayo masyado mag-dive ng presyo. We all go there. I've done it. I'm not ashamed to own it. But know your worth. And if you think you've been in the business or in the industry for more than a decade, please, wag na wag kayo mag-dive ng presyo. Kasi at the end of the day, kayo lang din ang kawawa dyan. Pati na rin kami. Pero mainly, kayo kawawa. Kasi meron kayo maraming shoot. Oo nga, marami kayong shoot. Pero paano nyo habulin lahat yun? At that amount. Kasi when you have more than 100, let's say you have 50 weddings in 1 year, kailangan mo habulin yung 50 yun, lalo na pag photo. Kailangan mo na mag-outsource ng edit nun. So, outsourcing ng edit, mahal yun. Siguro sa Pilipinas, mura. Pero dito...
Depende sa nila, sa business model.
Bagay, meron naman.
If they can outsource this and they're not doing things, but then obviously for me, it's not my thing. Yeah. So sa akin, I would rather just focus on the craft and improve it every time. Then I could price it what I want to price them. So that's the thing. Competition is always obviously it's there. It's always good choice for the client to just to...
Maganda yung may competition, sir.
Yeah. It's healthy. Sabi nga nila. Mga kababayan, maraming salamat pong uli sa time at sa panunood. At sana po ay may napulot tayong aral. At na-inspire muli kayo sa kwento ni John na dating isang cleaning job na nagtrabaho dito sa Yokoy, yung pinakauna niyang trabaho at ngayon isang full-time na photographer na rin. So, nakaka-proud lang dahil, yun nga, may mga tao talaga na nagtiyaga at na sumubok at ngayon ay nagiging, nagagawa na nila yung gusto nilang gawin. Maraming salamat at sana mag-suportahan niyo ang aming channel at please subscribe and like and share.